So today I will discuss the second chapter, that is element, compound and mixtures. Before that we have finished one chapter and two units of that particular chapter. So before going to the main things, that is your element, compound and mixtures, first of all I just repeat on the one thing, that is what is called substance. See, we know that wood and plastics both are solid, but they differ from each other because of their different chemical compositions. Like your water and milk, both are liquids, but they differ from each other because they are made up of different kinds of atoms. So that means so that means substance has been broadly classified into two categories. That is, one your pure substance and another is mixtures. Again, pure substance is classified into two categories. One is element and one is compound. Element also classified into three categories. One is metal, non-metal and metalloid. And mixtures is two types, homogeneous and another is heterogeneous mixtures. So one by one you have to know these things. First of all, what is pure substances? So pure substances are those substances, their compositions, their physical and chemical properties of individuals atoms into it is same throughout the bulk. That is your pure substances. Suppose your gold. So gold is a pure substance because in case of gold, if you take the pure gold, that time the all of the gold particles is same. That means it is called pure substances. So in periodic table, 118 elements recently is there. So in 118 elements, all are the pure substances. If you take the pure element, that time all the atoms are pure substances. And the mixtures is called mixtures, where their composition is not properly mentioned, or you can say that their composition is not fixed. That time it is called the pure substances. So pure substances is two types, that is, one is homogeneous and another is heterogeneous. So in case of homogeneous solution, the particles are completely dissociate throughout the bulk of the solution. That is called your homogeneous solution, homogeneous mixtures. Example, suppose you have take 500 ml of water and you add some sugar, or you can add some salt into it. What will happen? The sugar or salt particle will completely dissociate into it. That means you can never be seen your eyes, never be see your eyes the particles of individual part, that is your water molecule part, and is your sugar, or you can say that the salt particles. But in case of heterogeneous mixtures, the thing is completely reverse of the homogeneous mixtures. In case of heterogeneous mixtures, the individual particles are not completely dissociate into the solutions. Like if you add some sand into water, what will happen? The sand particles will not dissociate into it. That means it will not completely or uniformly distributed throughout the solutions. That time that particular mixtures will become your heterogeneous mixture. Now coming to the point, what is actually called element? Some brief idea. So element is a pure substances. Why it is a pure substance? Because in case of element is made up of same kind or similar kind of atoms. But suppose your if take hydrogen atom. So in case of hydrogen atom, we know that it exists in homoatomic form. That means two hydrogen atom is combined with each other to form H2, and that time two hydrogen atoms are completely similar to each other. So it is elements. And in case of compound, you see that compound is a combination of different kind of atom with atomic weight is fixed. That means with fixed ratio they have been combined. So now coming to the point, what is symbol? So these are very important going to the main topic. So symbol is the shortest way to represent one element, or you can say that one atom is called symbol. Suppose if you want to represent the hydrogen atom, so how to represent out? So in case of hydrogen, you have to mention the one hydrogen, only H. But in case of if you write the lithium, or you can say that the sodium, that time the two letters will come. That is the first letter, that is your N, and the second letter in case of sodium, that is your A. So whenever you write the symbol of sodium, that time the first letter should be your capital, and your second or third letter, if present, that time that should be your small letters. Okay. So now I will one by one coming to the main topic, that is your elements. So element in any pure substances which cannot be broken into two or more pure substances by any chemical means is called element. So chemists have discovered 118 elements so far. Among us, the 1994 occur naturally on Earth, and the remaining 24 are the synthetic elements, or you can say that the artificial elements. So now coming to the classification part of the elements. So element has been broadly classified into three types. That is, one is your metal, another is your non-metal, and another is your metalloid. So what is actually metals? We know that metal are some having some characteristics into it, and that time we called it metal. So in case of metal, so metal it has a luster. That means it has a shine or metallic glow, and it is good conductor of heat and electricity. It is ductile. Ductile means it can drawn into wires. The fourth point, it is malleable and it can be beaten into sheets. Suppose your aluminum. So aluminum, it can be used in the food container purpose. So that time that aluminum part you can drawn into thin sheet. Okay. So it is exist in solid at room temperature. It has high melting point and boiling point, and it produces a sonorous sound on beating it. That means it has a characteristic sound on it when you beat it. So that means metals having some characteristics properties. So now coming to the point, that is the some listed some expected symbols of some common metals like your sodium, magnesium, aluminum, potassium, calcium, chromium, manganese, iron, nickel, copper, zinc, silver, platinum, gold, lead, mercury, tin, etc. and etc. So these are called the elements. So in higher study, in higher class, you learn individually of each metal. So now coming to the point, that is your non-metals. So non-metal, basically it is the opposite character of the metal. So whatever the point I have mentioned in case of metals, that would be your reverse form in case of non-metal. So an element is a non-metal if has the following characteristic. So number one, it has no luster characteristics. That means it cannot be polished. It is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. It is not ductile. That means it cannot be drawn into wires. It is has a gas, liquid, or you can say that it is brittle solid at room temperature. Brittle means it is quickly it can be break out. Suppose your non in case of non-metal, suppose take an example of sulfur, you take an example of phosphorus, that time it can be break. It has a low melting point and boiling point. It does not produce any kind of sonorous sound on beating in it. Okay. So now coming to the next point. That is your list some non-metal or and their symbols. Like your hydrogen is a gas as state at room temperature, it exists as a gas and symbol is H. Nitrogen is also is exist in room temperature in gaseous form and symbol is N. Oxygen is exist at room temperature gaseous form and its symbol is O. Fluorine also exists at room temperature gaseous form and its symbol is F. Chlorine is also in exist in gaseous form and its symbol is Cl. Like your bromine, iodine, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. So these are the example of the common nonmetals.